Is this the best state in Brazil? A place full of beaches, lots of nature, complete with restaurants, bars, nightlife, excitement, and a great quality of life. So today I'm back in Vitória, the capital of Espírito Santo, to tell you why this state is so beloved, so wonderful, and why you need to visit it. And now let's get to some interesting facts about the Espírito Santo. The term capixaba means farm or rocky area. It was widely used by the natives of the region to refer to the plantations, and over time, the Europeans started calling the people from here capixaba. And today, we love this name, right folks? Capixabas are beloved, they're cool, they're good people. Aqui is all the capixabas. This beautiful state is located between Rio de Janeiro, Bahia, and Minas Gerais, right next to the Atlantic Ocean, which is just perfect because we can access several states, go to concerts, and still enjoy the beach at any time of the year. The average temperature in Vitória all year round is 24 degrees. Perfect if, like me, you love wearing a t-shirt and shorts. And the name Espírito Santo is because in this state, everyone is a saint. Of course not. Of course not. It's because back in the days of the captaincies, when Espírito Santo was part of the Portuguese captaincies, a Portuguese nobleman came here. When the Portuguese nobleman arrived here, it was Pentecost, and he looked around and thought, why not call this place Espírito Santo? A place that will be so holy and so spiritual that it will be filled with great people, and that's how it turned out. And we can see how Espírito Santo keeps prospering and being beautiful. The state's motto is work and trust. They do all that and are still friendly. Yeah man, Capixaba people don't mess around. The entire state of Espírito Santo has 4 million inhabitants. And half of them live here in the metropolitan area of Vitória, which is the capital, but is not the largest city. The largest city in the state is Serra, but it's not the most famous. The most famous and iconic cities everyone hears about are Vitória and Vila Velha, and you will see a lot of them in today's video. And where should you stay here in Espírito Santo? When you come to Espírito Santo, if you're going to stay in Vitória, don't worry, because everything here is easy to get to. One thing I love about the capital of Espírito Santo is that nothing is very far away. Nothing will take you much more than 10, 15 or 20 minutes to get to. The hotel I'm staying at here is the Hotel Senac. It's a hotel with a beautiful view, in my opinion, one of the best views you'll get in Espírito Santo. There are several rooms with great views. I've also stayed at the Golden Tulip a few times, a hotel I really like, very close to the Bermuda Triangle and Rua da Lama, iconic and famous places that we've already seen here in this video. And I just arrived in Vitória, the capital of Espírito Santo, and I'm going to tell you everything there is to do, where to stay, where to eat, and the best restaurant. Espírito Santo 2025. An updated and complete guide. And if you haven't come to this state yet, which has 78 municipalities, and several of them are among the best in Brazil to live in, I don't know what you're waiting for. But I'm not going to waste any time and I'm going to start my adventure because I need to show you all the amazing things you can do around here. This hotel where I'm staying has several events that take place. Just yesterday, there was a big poker event happening here. But I think the main highlight, which we can't ignore, is this right here. Look. What a view, huh? What a beautiful view this hotel has. And Vitória actually has 33 islands. But since everything was really close together, they kept filling in the land, and now the capital of Espírito Santo, Vitória, is a big city with over 350,000 people, and everything is close by. So the islands ended up joining together. We call many places islands, like here, which is Ilha do Boi, because there's a story that a long time ago, several boats sank with cattle, and the cows started showing up here later. But it's all right next to each other, look at that. Here we can already see the tall buildings, right? Downtown Vitória, lots of nature, lots of hills, and now I'm going to show you a really cool place to eat here. And of course, you can obviously have breakfast here at the hotel, here at Senac. By the way, they have a really good leisure and dining offer, and they have 24-hour room service. But I'm not going to have breakfast here today, no. Tomorrow I'll have breakfast here at Senac, but today I want to go to a place nearby, Clerico, which my friends from Espírito Santo always recommend to me. I said, Estevitor, when you come here, I'm going to take you to a bunch of cool restaurants for breakfast, for lunch, to go to bars, and they're never wrong, because every time I come to Espírito Santo, I always eat a lot. So let's go!
This adventure is about to start, Capixaba.
I miss my orange friend, Laranjinha.
Gente, como é que você veio parar aqui?
And one thing I really love about Espírito Santo is this right here, the friendships I make. Guys, these friends of mine are those solid friends you can count on for anything. If I send a message to, like, I would never do that, right, my friend? But if I send you a message like at 3 a.m. saying, friend, tomorrow I'll be in Espírito Santo, let's hang out. I've never said that, right?
Never. That's not in your nature.
It's not. And she's the kind of person who will say, my friend, just tell me the time and I'll be there with you. I'm with you. Let's explore this state. We will make it work. Let's go, Capixaba, folks. These are people we can really count on. And she's already taking me to a place I didn't know to have this breakfast and start our day here in Vitorinha.
Island,
Hello
right?
there. And do you love living in Vitorinha?
I love it. Oh, everything is convenient, everything is close by. We have the beach, we have the mountains, we have everything right next to each other.
Everything is really close. And you travel the world, but still your place is here, right?
Here is a really great place to live. It's one of the best places in the world to live, right?
That's true. In fact, there are several studies that show this. Look, I'll leave it here for you. Several studies say that Vitória is one of the best capitals in Brazil and that Espírito Santo is one of the best cities in the country for you to live in. Not just the capital, which is Vitória, but also other smaller cities. Vila Velha is also a very nice place to live. Let's keep exploring. And we've arrived at the beautiful promised land, Curva da Jurema. You can literally walk here from my hotel. Look at this. Look at this. It's just that my friends, they're like this, you know? Capixabas have this thing about being kind, being wonderful. They want to take you by the hand, take care of you, you know? Our breakfast is going to be in this place. Delightful. Curva da Jurema is a place where we have 1,200 meters of beach with lots of facilities. People come here to do sports. Check it out. There's even a Hawaiian vibe here. People come to ride pedal boats, hang out, have fun, and meet up with friends. One thing I love about Espírito Santo is this. People have a really active lifestyle, you know? The quality of life here is really good. People don't wait. I mean, I can't be 2 hours and 50 minutes late and have you wait for me, right?
No, and look, if you look right ahead, that's your hotel, okay?
You go over there and you'll see your hotel, darling.
People from São Paulo are so used to taking Uber for everything that I took an Uber, went around, and I could have just walked. Congratulations. And especially in the late afternoon, you see there are several beach clubs, things get livelier. Now, what did we come for? To have breakfast. The day is just starting, so we're pretty relaxed. But Vitória is lively during the day, afternoon or night. There's always something to do here. And my friends are eager to show me a place that many of you ask about. I came to give you this tip. They say this place here has a very famous octopus rice at O Alemão. You have to come here if you come to Vitória, eat octopus rice. See how everything is easy. My hotel is right over there, look. Senac, up there at the top, Ilha do Boi. You can walk here, have some octopus rice for lunch at O Alemão. Enjoy this beautiful view, this nature, then you play beach tennis, beach volleyball, talk with your friends. Esteban, now I want to work. Then you go over there, there's a whole commercial area there, my friend, for you to work. So you work, you have fun, you enjoy yourself, the quality of life is pure Vitória. Vitoriana, I love you. More and more I understand why people want to live in Vitória. Hi, that makes perfect sense. I've already met travelers there. Hey, look at this steak. Put it on the screen, Marcelo. We got that shot.
That's it. Keep going, my friend. I'm listening here. You're following along with me, right?
Yes, follow for more travel tips. Where are you guys from?
On the way to Cidade Alta, we stop here first. Look!
At the famous Vitória sign. So you can really understand how easy it is to get to know and explore Vitória, Vila Velha, Espírito Santo in general. We left my hotel, went around the Vamos Pra Cá curve. We are already heading to Praia Comprida, Piedade, Manhã, and the famous Camburi, where my drone rests in peace. That's a fun fact for you. The last time I came to Vitória, I was there flying my drone and I lost it. Just like that, it dove right in. And that's a memory I leave here for the people of Espírito Santo. Such an iconic moment with so many images I'll never see again. But I think it was a sign for me to come back here today and be with you all. So moving on here, we have a lot of coastline, great quality of life, sports and health. In terms of the economy, Espírito Santo really stands out for its production of cellulose, steel, cocoa, milk, fruits, coffee, and much more. Vitória is the city with the 5th highest AGDI in Brazil and the state capital with the 2nd highest Human Development Index. And that explains a lot, right? Why people love living here. By the way, speaking of HDI, they also have the 2nd highest GDP per capita among Brazilian states. And we've arrived at Anchieta Palace. Anchieta, this place here, is the seat of the government of the state of Espírito Santo. And in the past, in the 16th century, it used to be an old Jesuit school. It's open for visitors and we can learn a little more about the history of this rich state. Look, right here in front we see the flag of Brazil and the flag of Espírito Santo, which says work and trust, and it has these 3 colors. This sky blue and this pink were chosen because of the mantle of Nossa Senhora dos Prazeres, the patron saint of Espírito Santo. They say that this was the official color of her mantle, and also that the sun, when it sets here in Espírito Santo, takes on this special color. And only here will you see the sunset in the colors of the sacred mantle of Our Lady, with this unparalleled beauty. Right in front of Anchieta Palace we have the Barbara Lindenberg staircase, and there's a reason for all of this. Even though Vitória is the state capital, the first city here was Vila Velha. And it started there, on the other side of the bridge, when Vasco Fernandes de Coutinho founded Vila Velha in 1535. He didn't imagine that several conflicts would start with the local people. Or maybe he even did imagine it. The fact is that the conflict started happening, and then it took about 15 years or so for them to decide to create another city next to Vila Velha, which would be called Vitória. That's because they won the conflict with the local indigenous people, most of whom were Goitacazes, and then they called this region Victory Island, which at first was small islands, totaling 33. And today it has become a large island that is now the capital of the state of Espírito Santo. And right at that time, Brazil was divided into captaincies. When they came here to Vitória, the idea was also to build a city on the higher parts, on the hills. And since Vitória is made up of about 40 hills, we'll see that in several places in the city, there are beautiful staircases, like this one here. And another one, which has a story that I'm going to tell you. Check this out. Out of the 4 million residents here in Espírito Santo, 2 million live in the metropolitan region, mainly in Vitória, Vila Velha, and Serra, which is the largest city in the state, but it's not the most famous. But there are still several other amazing places, like São Mateus, further north in the state, which is a really nice city to live in. There's also Cariacica, Guarapari, with more than 50 beaches, and São Mateus, with a good quality of life. I'm going to take another little walk here through the historic center. There are several classic buildings here, right? Centuries old in this historic center area. Look, Domingos José Martins. Here we have this cultural center named after Sonia. Who was Sonia? Sonia Cabral was very important because she founded the symphony orchestra here. And here we come to this one, right? These are 2 icons here in Vitória. It's right here in front of me. I'll talk about it in a moment, but this one is very important. The year was 1625, when the Dutch arrived here with Manaus and tried to invade downtown Vitória. But the people gathered right here on these stairs, led by a woman named Maria Ortiz, who decided to throw boiling water, embers, and coal at the people who were trying to come up. It struck right here at the heart of Vitória, and clearly they didn't succeed. The 166 sailors and 84 Dutch soldiers didn't succeed and had to leave. Yeah? The people here, my friend, when the people of Espírito Santo come together, no one can stop them. Now I want to show you the marvelous Cathedral of Vitória.
Look at how beautiful it is. So full of grace.
This is the birthplace of the city of Vitória. This is the Metropolitan Cathedral of the capital of Espírito Santo. It was officially completed in 1933. Construction started in 1918, but there were already other churches here before that. Today, it's the center of the Archdiocese here in Vitória, and we're going to go inside to see this work of art. And when you come, because I know you come here to Espírito Santo, you notice the stained glass windows, okay? The stained glass windows in this cathedral are the most beautiful thing, really beautiful. When they built it, the main inspiration was the cathedral in Cologne, Germany, which has a style unlike any other in the world, and several other nations were inspired by it to create masterpieces like this one. And speaking of cool landmarks, there are a few more here in downtown Vitória for us to see. I think this Santa Lucia chapel is really cool. It's almost 500 years old and was the first chapel in the state. And today it serves as a cultural center. However, from 1537 to 1928, it did function as a chapel, as a church. People would come here and pray. Another beautiful place here in the downtown area is Sesc Gloria. I'll show you a little bit of what it's like inside. And you should know that the reason so many things in Espírito Santo here in Vitória are called Gloria is because there was a ship with that name that 3 times protected the people from invaders. So Gloria ends up being a name that's used a lot around here. Now, do you know what my greatest glory is at this moment? I'm going to show you the beaches that I love so much in Espírito Santo. Shall we start with Ilha do Frade and then go to the biggest one of all? Let's go! Take a look at the map for this island. This is Ilha dos Frades. It's connected by that little bridge we just crossed. So sometimes you don't even realize that you're already on an island. But when you notice, you can really tell. It's really small, very residential, but you can come here to enjoy a beach. Look how beautiful this beach is. Here on Ilha do Frade, you can get a good view of the skyline in the coast of Vitória. Look how cool! Behind me we have the famous statue of Iemanjá. I'll try to zoom in so you can see it because that's where Camburi begins. Camburi is the main beach here, right? The most famous one, with the longest stretch of sand in Vitória. It's also where we have some beach clubs, a lot of people live there, and there are many buildings. I think it's really cool how Vitória's urban planning managed to keep everything kind of in a straight line. Look how beautiful that line is here in Camburi, where the buildings follow a certain harmony. And right after that, we have that big open space where the airport is, which I love because Vitória's airport is just 15 minutes away. 15 minutes! Literally, I was at my hotel yesterday, guys. I went from the airport to Senac on Boy Island, crossed the city, and in 15 or 16 minutes, I was there. It was really quick, really well located. And there we can also see Vale, right? Vale is one of the biggest mining companies on the planet. I'll zoom out here so you can understand where I am. You can literally come here, anyone can, to enjoy the beach. Oh, there's a turtle! There, a turtle! I just saw a turtle, the head of a turtle. It's very common to spot turtles here on Ilha dos Frades. Guys, okay, but you say Espírito Santo is diverse, that everything is easy to access. So show me something different. Do you want to see? Do you want to see? So let's get in the car and go check out Pedra Azul. This place, my friend, is like Switzerland, the Swiss part of Espírito Santo. It's a place with a lot of European influence and is just a few kilometers away. Pedra Azul is the winter destination for people from Espírito Santo. People come here to enjoy delicious food, feel the chilly weather, and have those cozy moments with family or friends, you know? The rock has this famous name because they say it changes color depending on the light. And just look at how beautiful it is. You can get here by going to Domingos Martins in the west of Espírito Santo state. Of course, we drove here, totally relaxed, enjoying it with friends, and it was great. Look, we even got to visit some museums to learn a bit more about the history, about how the first cities here were founded, not to mention the various traditional festivals that take place in this region. And another amazing thing about Espírito Santo is that they have the second largest Buddha in the world. This Buddha is even bigger than Christ the Redeemer. Look, this is the Great Buddha, and we have these 15 Buddha statues. The place is open for visitors all year round, and it's free. It's about 40 to 45 minutes from Vitoria. Just look at how beautiful this place is. Nearby, we also have several lavender fields that you can enjoy, and there's the temple itself. There are several torii gates, more than 100 of these red gates, where you can make a wish, you can take the opportunity to ask for whatever you want, even to get pregnant. They say there are women who come here to get pregnant. There aren't just 1, 2, or 3, there are 7 bridges that connect Vitoria to the mainland. But the most famous is the third bridge, the iconic and well-known one, which is an iconic landmark here in the state capital. And we've arrived at the Iemanjá Pier here at Camburi Beach, the most famous and the longest beach here in Vitória. At the end of this pier, there's the statue of Iemanjá. You can go there by bike, and a lot of people come here to run and exercise. Look, we were right over there, right on the other side, at Ilha dos Frades. Check out the whole stretch of Camburi shoreline, and there are also several bikes over there that you can rent really easily. By the way, that's something I never get tired of praising here in Vitória. It's how convenient everything is. Convenience in getting around, of going from one place to another, both because of how close everything is geographically, and also because of how easy it is with the bike lanes they have, the ease of grabbing a bike, going for a walk, using public transportation. Guys, look how peaceful it is. I came here from downtown. It was just 10 or 15 minutes by Uber. And now I'm here. Look at this paradise, guys. How can you not love Espírito Santo? It's so peaceful and the quality of life is incredible. Because just listen to the noise of the state capital. That's it. Sometimes I don't know if I forget how good silence is.
How good fresh air is.
Let's keep going. Let's go over there. Let's go to Camburi to recover my drone. Watch the last video from Espírito Santo and you understand. Seven of the 20 best neighborhoods to live in Brazil are here in Vitória. All the beaches have signs indicating if they're suitable for swimming, which makes the traveler
And the swimmer relax and enjoy themselves.
Here is the largest urban mangrove in Latin America. I'm walking here on Camburi Beach. I'm heading over there, and I wanted to show you where Moqueca Capixaba is made. There's heritage here. The pots. Yes, the pots for the Capixaba Moqueca and the pot makers. I'm just going to show you a little bit about the pot makers in this video too. We've arrived here at the pot makers. I told you about the Capixaba Moqueca, this very famous dish. And the pot makers are intangible heritage of Brazil. These women and also men are responsible for making the famous pots where the Capixaba Moqueca is cooked. It's only about 10 minutes from Cambori Beach you get here. You can watch their work. How it's made, how everything happens, take a look. The people work hard here. They do the whole process. And now that I've already seen the pot where the Capixaba Moqueca is made, I need to eat the Capixaba Moqueca. So come with me to try this amazing dish. And we've arrived at the iconic, emblematic Convento da Penha. The convent is right here behind me, 154 meters high, and its history began in 1558. It all starts with Friar Pedro Palacio, when he finds an image of Our Lady that had been stolen for the third time, and he decides that it's time to build this beautiful place. So in 1558, the Convento da Penha was founded here. And in 1570, the iconic Penha Festival, which is the third largest religious festival in Brazil, takes place. And a day later, Friar leaves us. The Friar leaves us after fulfilling his mission. And many people believe that this legacy he left of the Convento da Penha and also of this festival, which is such an important festival for Espírito Santo, for Brazil, and for the world, that was his great mission. And to get up here, you can take a van that costs R$6 for a round trip. There's also the Alegria tram, which is R$10. That's this lively tram here. I think for the kids, it's a really nice option. You can also walk up, which is pretty easy. I think it's about 1.5 kilometers of trail. You can really enjoy nature. Last time I did that. And when you get here, the view makes it all worth it. It doesn't matter how you got here, you will definitely love the view that Espírito Santo gives you from the Convento da Penha. They came. The third bridge is the fifth largest bridge in Brazil with a length of 3,300 meters. It reaches up to 70 meters in height and has spans of 200 meters between them so that vessels can come and go smoothly. So that Espírito ships can, and that became Vitória. But it all started in Vila Velha, which is also much bigger than Vitória. The other thing you can see from here, look, is the Garoto factory, right there, look, Garoto factory, right there. Can you see it? That little yellow house? Garoto belongs to Nestlé, but you can visit the factory here. Yes, if you want, you can go there, book a visit, and take a guided tour. And now, let's go inside the church. For me, this little door here is one of the most beautiful things. Look, when we enter this church, it's a church without pews, you see? People always attend Mass standing up. And here at the end, we see Our Lady of Penha. Our Lady of Penha is the official patron saint here of Espírito Santo. And that also explains why this is the state where there are the most women named Penha. This statue has only been brought down twice. One of those times was when Pope John Paul II came here in the 1990s. So this place here is not only very sacred and special, but also hugely representative of Espírito Santo. And Viajante, let me know here what you think about Espírito Santo. What do you think about this estate? It's beautiful, right? It's really cool. I really want you all to come here. Seriously, it's a place that touched me a lot since the first time I came to Espírito Santo. And finally, it's time for us to try the famous Capixaba Moqueca, the Moqueca. It's basically cooking seafood, right? Fish, shrimp, you choose what you want. No water, so they cook it with vegetables. Right in this spot here, which I've already shown you how the clay pot artisans make these pots with such care. And now let's find out what it tastes like. Now the question in this video is, guys, is this the real Moqueca? They say there's only one real Moqueca. That's what they say, not me.
You guys finish the sentence.
Seriously, the quality of life in Espírito Santo is amazing. If you enjoyed getting to know the state, leave your like and comment here for me about what I missed showing or what you like most about being from Espírito Santo or visiting when you come to Espírito Santo. And if you made it this far, tell me what you enjoyed the most about getting to know Espírito Santo. Tell me, did you know that this state had so much to offer? Full of riches, delicious cuisine, history, great infrastructure, and of course, everything is easy to access and really chill for you to get to. Remember that here the temperature is good all year round for you to visit. If you liked it, leave a like. Many thanks to the State Communication Department for welcoming me so well once again to this place that I'm passionate about. A big kiss to all the people from Espírito Santo, and never forget that you are an amazing human being and you can get wherever you want, especially in a paradise state like this one, Espírito Santo, alright? Now let me go and I'll see you at the next stop. Leave your Espírito Santo chips here in the comments.